C++ is powerful, but with great power comes great complications. For example, it feels like writing a basic Hello World program takes as long as reading
Les miserably.
So when all you guys challenged me to make a game in C++, let's just say I was a little nervous. Now granted, everything from Google Chrome to Photoshop, not to mention most video games are made using C++. Like what does Kingdom Hearts, Wind Waker, Nintendogs all have in common? Yeah, well, I guess that too, but they were all written in C++. So that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, it can't be that hard, right? Right? But we can't get started unless we have a framework to work with. And at first I decided to use Raylib, which you'll notice isn't in the title of this video, and you'll see why shortly. So I went to raylib.com and downloaded the Windows installer. Yes, I know I'm on Windows, forgive me. And there the install was pretty easy and everything was set up with Notepad++. So as always with these projects, I like to get started by just trying to figure out how to draw a window. And by following the tutorials on the website, I found it was actually pretty easy to do. Yeah, except for me constantly forgetting semicolons. So after this, I decided to draw a ball. There it is. And then I made it move. Really, at this point, I had no idea what I was doing. I just wanted to get familiar with the syntax and how everything worked. I quickly then hopped over to Illustrator and made this beautiful face. And then it was time for the ultimate challenge yet, drawing the image to the screen. And surprisingly, it was easy. Everything was going perfect. Almost too perfect. Because it was around this time that I realized I wasn't coding in C++. I was actually coding in C. Now for some of you out there, you might be thinking, well, those are very similar languages and C++ is just built off of C. But let me tell you, they're incredibly different. And all the tutorials I was following were in C. Now I felt pretty frustrated because I spent a whole day doing absolutely nothing. And I didn't really learn anything because it wasn't even the language that I was intending to use. So disheartened, I decided to take a break and focus on something that I always neglect at first, and that's the concept of this game. So I jumped into my favorite game development tool, not really, Adobe Illustrator. That way I could design a mock-up for what I think this game could look like. And recently I had rewatched Small Ant's pencil sharpening speedrun and thought about how that could be a really unique mechanic for a video game. Because the only thing better than watching paint dry is sharpening a pencil. Am I right? So here's my idea. You have to sharpen 5 pencils as fast as possible by mashing the correct arrow keys and hopefully not destroying your keyboard in the process. So with my freshly sharpened idea in hand, I started to mock up the game. I played around with some styles and colors, but ultimately I ended up with this. And I'm not gonna lie, I like it. And at this point, I was really procrastinating jumping back into C++. I was really disheartened by my Raylib experience and wasn't sure what to do next. I even thought about making this game in Godot and not making it C++ related. But you know what? Instead of making it easier, I decided let's crank it up and make it harder. Let's make it an SDL2. Now SDL is a very popular framework and a lot of companies such as Valve have used it to make games. I mean, look at the legendary game Super Tux was made with it. So I downloaded the latest version of SDL2 and I had no idea what to do. But fortunately for me, the internet did. So I read some online tutorials and watched some videos, and after all that, I was able to set up SDL2 with subline text, and I could even draw this window. And the best part is it only really took 8 hours to do. Just 8 hours. Setting all the theatrics aside, I actually learned a lot from those videos and tutorials, and I felt a little bit more confident that I could create this game. And because I knew that the gameplay was relatively simple, I focused on just drawing all the artwork that I would be using in the game. I had the arrow keys, the sharpener, a pencil. I even made it so if you smashed the keyboard, it would move. Gameplay. After that, I was really considering about how these pencils would move down. Originally, I thought that there'd be these rows of pencils above and that they would kind of tween and move into position after you would grind up a whole pencil. But I quickly realized that that wasn't going to work out. So instead, I decided to just use a big image of a pencil. So when the pencil moves, the other pencils are right behind it. At this point, I thought I probably should work on artwork for a menu and a title for the game. And after about 3 seconds of thinking, I decided to call it Pencil Sharpening Championship. That just rolls off the tongue. At this point, I was starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because honestly, before this, I had no idea if I was actually going to be able to figure this out. Next, I did some clever layering so that the pencils look like they're behind the sharpener, and I also made it so the proper arrow appears when you're supposed to be pressing that one. Next, I had to figure out the text system, and it was actually easy for once. Then I went online and borrowed some code from my friend Polymars so that the text could wiggle. I then added the text for the timer and then formatted it correctly so it actually looks like a timer. And then I also randomized what arrows you should be pressing so it actually adds some sort of gameplay. Now at this point, the game was basically done. I had a menu system and I just had to fix a few bugs and add some sound and music. So I looked through my sound library, mixed those in Audacity, put those in the game, and then I added this song that I found on OpenGameArt by Alex McCoolidge, and voila, we had a game. Now, of course, I wasn't able to add everything I wanted to, like saving your high score or adding little shavings that would come out of the sharpener. But all in all, I'm actually really happy with how the game turned out. But I'm not gonna lie, this challenge was hard, like really hard. It's probably one of the hardest programming challenges I've ever done, and granted, I am coming from an artist background, but it's fine. Now, if you would like to sharpen your speedrunning skills, you can check out the game over on itch.io. I'm curious to see what your fastest times are, and also I'm not planning on releasing the source code as I don't want anyone learning from my absolute spaghetti. But my last question for all of you is, what language should I learn next?